My name is Jessica, and today I'm going to be talking about urbanization and climate change. Definition of this concept from Barbara Boyle-Torrey's Urbanization as an Environmental Force states that while the world's population is doubling, the world's urban population is tripling. Within the next few years, more than half the world's population will be living in urban areas. Energy consumption for electricity, transportation, cooking, and heating is much higher in urban areas than in rural villages. The increased consumption of energy is likely to have deleterious environmental effects. Urban consumption of energy helps create heat islands that can change local weather patterns and weather downwind from the heat islands. The urban environment is an important factor in determining the quality of life in urban areas and the impact of the urban area on the broader environment. In simpler terms, there's evidence that the proportion of the world living in urban areas is steadily increasing, along with the population in general, and urban populations have increased energy consumption levels. This increased energy has negative implications for the environment, such as changing weather patterns and pollution, and these environmental changes have health implications for those that live in rural areas. As the world continues to become more urbanized, and these problems will intensify. Here is a visual representation of what an urban heat island looks like. And as you can see, on the vertical axes, there's the temperature, and in the late afternoon, and along the x-axis, there are various settings from rural to urban. And you can see in the downtown section right here, the afternoon temperature peaks at 92 degrees Fahrenheit, which is far above any of the other settings in this graph. And this shows the effects of energy consumption in the cities on the environment around it. It's far beyond any of the others. And this is obviously a concern for the environment. As the world's population continues to grow, there is a concern that there will be a shortage of resources and a continued breakdown of the environment. But one of the proposals to conserving the planet is actually to move people from rural areas into cities. And an obvious obstacle to this proposal is that urban migration could possibly occur with a lack of urban planning, and the urban planning is necessary to contain large numbers of people and figure out a way to minimize environmental costs that are associated with large urban populations. And the proposal is that urban migration aggregates into conserved resources in our planet when people in urban areas produce lower emissions and have a lower carbon footprint in general, possibly due to things like shorter commute, smaller living spaces, which require less energy to heat and cool, and in the long run, having fewer children.